The group that were following me, they've broken up to surround me. So I wrestled with the guy who grabbed my phone. That's ended up on the ground. While that got thrown on the ground, I'm wrestling with a guy who's trying to take my monopod off me. And there's no way I was going to let go of that, because if I let go of that, they've got a weapon, you know what I mean? They would have started swinging it to hit me, man. And it went on for quite a bit, you know what I mean? The police didn't do nothing. This was taking place in front of over 100 police officers at the time.
Yemini for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia, here to catch up today with Shane from Auditing Australia. And for those of you that have been following Rebel for a number of years, you may recognise Shane, who we successfully helped fight several fines that he accumulated during COVID for the exact work that you do, which is actually apolitical. Shane, for those of you who don't know what it is that you do, in short, what is it that Auditing Australia does?
In short, I film police. That's simple as that.
Why?
Film police to hold them accountable. The camera doesn't lie. So if I can put a camera on a police officer, I'm expecting them to do everything by the book, obey the laws, you know what I mean? And you can see over the last 3 or 4 years, right, that Victoria Police haven't been upholding the right.
So on Saturday, you went to do what you do. It was a Let Women Speak rally.
That's correct.
You've gone there to cover it. Tell us what happened.
I just went there as normal. I've attended numerous rallies on the steps of Parliament to cover protests where police will be involved. I was walking with my friend who is also another, I'll put it, a cop watcher. His channel's called None Your Business. It's also on YouTube. And my friend Nanya, he was wearing a T-shirt that said Victoria Police on it. And he's got a name on it that says None Your Business. So the counter-protesters, which were the LGBT trans community, had seen my friend with his top on, and then they started to verbally abuse him.
You're gonna fuck off right now, motherfucker! You fucking
eradicate transvestites!
fuck off!
You eradicate transvestites!
I was recording this from a distance, and the police then decided to move in because it was becoming a little bit argy-bargy. They're putting a barrier between us and the counter-protesters.
I guess they've confused your friend as pro-police by the time. They've attacked him. Police have separated, removed you. And for about an hour then you went back to doing your work peacefully until what? What happened?
Correct. I'd filmed numerous different locations. The counter-protesters tried to break through the line, the police line. I'd filmed that. I'd filmed the speech by a member of Parliament. As I said, I'm going around filming police and I see a line of horses in the middle of the road. I walk over to where my friend's positioned and I start filming. As I'm filming the horses and everything in the area, I notice a group of the counter-protesters, one individual in particular, pointing directly at me. And within the next couple of seconds, a group are walking towards me with a large banner. And what they're attempting to do, I can see it on the footage, is place that banner in front of my camera to stop it from recording. I've placed the camera up high above them, so this is on a monopod, so it's gone way above their banner. They've kept on coming towards me, so I've decided and moved back towards the other side where there's a large police line. As I've done this, I've noticed that they are all following me. I've then gone to probably about 15 to 20 different police officers and requested assistance.
Are you going to allow it to happen, every one of you officers? Are you?
None of them said anything. None of them have attempted to intervene. I then walked back towards the Windsor Hotel and I'm still being followed. I'm now getting abused with sayings like, go and kill yourself, you're a Nazi, and things like this.
Why they call you a Nazi?
I have no idea, to be honest, Harvey. Maybe it's because I've got a bald head. I don't know. Maybe because I'm white.
Have you ever been affiliated to any group?
Never been affiliated to any group whatsoever. I'm apolitical. I'm not right. I'm not left. You know what I mean? I'm just me, to be honest.
You little bastard!
The group that were following me, they've broken up to surround me, so they've gone one way to head me off, and I'm still being followed by them. I've had a wrestle with the guy who grabbed my phone. That's ended up on the ground. You hear him saying, throw it, throw it. And while that got thrown on the ground, I'm wrestling with a guy who's trying to take my monopod off me. And there's no way I was going to let go of that, because if I let go of that, they've got a weapon, you know what I mean? They would have started swinging it to hit me, man. And it went on for quite a bit, you know what I mean? The police didn't do nothing. This was taking place in front of over 100 police officers at the time. Is that
So this is where police finally come to separate.
Yeah,
so
the police, what they did, the police came in with horses. I wasn't aware at the moment. They've stopped the majority of the crowd coming towards me. I was still wrestling at the time with the guy who was trying to steal the monopod off me, and I was able to secure that. And that was pretty much it. They were separated by the police. The horses got in there and stopped us. We couldn't get through.
I see there's a couple guys there that look like they're from Freedom Movement or whatever. Were they with you, or they just saw what happened?
So the Freedom Movement, I believe they were there in support of the women's right to speak. And because I've been filming for the last 2 or 3 years at all these protests, covering police activities virtually. That's why I go to these events to film police and to see how they behave. They know me from that, and they've come over to assist. Now, I found out from one of them, they actually approached the police and said, a person's getting attacked, go and do something about it. And they said, oh, we can't leave our position. So he's broken through that line of police, and they tried to stop him, but he's come over to assist me. So a member of the public's come over to assist. So as you'll see in a couple of minutes, police officers will be coming to speak to me. I was able to show them still photos of the people that assaulted me, the one that actually took my phone, and they turned around and said they can't do nothing about it. Full description, what he was wearing, what his possessions were, a still image on the phone, showed it to the police officers, and they failed to act. They said they couldn't do anything about it.
Was he wearing a mask, the one?
Yes, he was wearing a mask.
You were showing the police, here's the photo.
Here's the photo of the
Go get him there now because he's wearing a mask.
Yep. So he was wearing a black hoodie, he was wearing a black mask, he had a white strand bag over his shoulders, which I explained. Very, it would stand out, it wouldn't take much to find that person in the crowd. And yeah, they failed to act. They just said, no, can't do it. We cannot go into that crowd to grab someone.
And we've seen this before with other independent journalists like Rukshan. You've shown him a photo, you've gone, hold on, this guy's masked, he's right there, go get him. How does it feel to be robbed and assaulted in broad daylight in Melbourne, but also in front of police with no justice and no protection?
How do I feel? There's nothing to describe it. It's like, this is the reason why I film the police. It's because they don't do their job. You know what I mean? They have to be held accountable. They're there, they've got a code of ethics, man, and I believe one of those ethics is to prevent the commissioning of crimes, all right? And they witness the crime taking place, you know what I mean? Legislation allows people to record, you know what I mean? And they know that, they don't like it, and they've failed me, it's simple as that. They've not only failed me, they're failing every independent journalist out there at the moment. You know what I mean? Just because you're not Channel 7, Channel 9 or mainstream. I'm sure if it had been mainstream getting attacked, all right, they would have had a very large response supporting them and assisting them, and they would have been dragging people out of that crowd. Because I'm independent and I believe that I've been labelled as a police agitator, right? Because I do put a camera on them, I'll hold them accountable, I'll film them in their good and in their bad, you know what I mean? And the people can make up their mind. But I think the people can make up their mind right now that they have failed to uphold the right. It's simple as that.
If you think it's important for the world to see how Victoria Police is not only failing our state, but they're failing to uphold the right of independent journalists, for the world to see what's really happening on our streets, make sure to like, comment, but most importantly, share this far and wide, because the mainstream media, whilst they love the little snippets to pretend like there was two groups they're facing off, but they're not telling the real story. It's up to you guys at home to get this out far and wide, because it's not the first time an independent journalist has been attacked in front of police on our streets for just doing his job, whether you like it or not. And then head over to followavi.com. Make sure to subscribe to the mailing list and follow me across all socials, just in case the platform you're watching this on right now ends up banning us because, you know, we're not Channel 7, 9 or 10. Followavi.com. We've got some big news coming ahead, so make sure not to miss any of it. Followavi.com now.